All right, guys, we're out here on a elk hunt, late season elk hunt with Matthew and Isaac. Isaac's gonna run us through his, what do you call this?
I call this my Daypack carry kit. You know, Batman belt, I guess you could say, you know. All my gear I usually carry on a day hunt. Nice.
All right, where do you want to start?
Okay, so what I started, so this year, especially when you're hunting any late season, I took a thermarest. Full-size thermarest. I cut it down to size because, you know, the small ones weren't enough, and a lot of times you just like to lay around here, so I took a full-size thermarest and cut it down, and so I figured perfect to lay on.
I like that.
Perfect size. Along with that, in my backpack, these are things I always carry. So I carry a headlamp, a Surefire headlamp, and then a Surefire flashlight. I like to carry 2 items with me, and you know, they all take these, what's the battery here, the 123As. I kind of like my flashlights to kind of all have the same battery, so I could just carry, you know, carry those one battery. And you know, the flashlight works really well too, because there's times when you see those glowing eyes and you want to get a better look at what it is. And I've learned if the eyes are far apart, you're good. If they're closer together, you know, maybe something.
Time to be concerned.
Yeah, time to be concerned. Had some incidences there. Then on there, I call this my little survival kit right here. Inside here, so one thing I always carry a Zippo on my belt. I mean, it's something, you know, just to always have on me just in case.
Now, you like the Zippo?
I do like the Zippo.
Because I like Zippos. Here's what I don't like about Zippos, is I don't use mine enough, and so then the fuel evaporates.
So a guy showed me, though, you can buy the conversion kits that convert them to butane.
Nice.
I gotta look into that. So if anyone knows about that, you know, comment, let us know where to find that. But it's, you know, I don't use a Zippo. I mean, I really like, you know, I've always liked the Zippo, and I've had this since high school.
Yeah.
And so I always have it on my belt just in case. So I wear this on my belt. But then inside, so, and I do carry extra fuel and extra, I got this for Christmas this year, so nice. Extra fuel. But then I have your basic Bic with Gorilla duct tape wrapped around it. And then inside here, just, you know, everything from, you know, tablets, allergy meds, little scalpel here, some of that super glue, that liquid skin, mole skin, just a few odds and ends I'll carry on me just to be safe. Little fire starter, matches, and a little baggie here. Extra batteries, license, and then I carry a knife sharpener and a whistle. And the whistles are really good too. We use them for when we're hunting. Is if you're on a 2-way radio and you're looking for someone, you know, like my son came up one time later, met with us, and I said, hey, we're at this location. When you're on the radio, you can't hard to pinpoint where you're at. So I love the whistles because, you know, of course for survival situations, but also to locate. So I tell my son, okay, stop walking, listen, blow the whistle. Then he gets that idea of where you're at and can head towards that direction. So whistles are, you know, there are more ways to use a whistle than just, you know, I almost said something, but fire starter, another fire starter, and oh, okay, and the selfie stick. So, well, not selfie stick, the selfie remote control. So, you know, when you're hunting, you want to get in the picture. So, you know, you always got to pose for the picture and use this for the camera.
Nice.
Set it up Bluetooth.
Is that set up with your phone?
Yeah, set up with my phone, because you don't need to take a camera anymore the way phones are. So take this and I can snap some photos. So that's all in this little bag. I love these little bags. You get them from Kafaru International. Yeah. Great little lightweight bags. I like being organized.
I do too. The one thing I don't like about bags though is they add weight. So that's one thing I really like about these is how thin they are.
Very thin.
Yeah.
And so it's really nice to have. I used to use the, you know, the Ziploc bags, the other bags. A lot of people like to use stuff sacks, but I always felt they got put into a ball. Yeah. So this goes with me in any backpack, anywhere I go, I throw this in there. So moving from there, this is what I call, they call this a kill kit basically. So inside here, I have game bags, gloves. This is something new I want to try out. It's a Havalon. If you're familiar with Havalon, what they do is they make saws and knives with replaceable blades. Obviously, I didn't. This was from an elk earlier, so guess I could replace that blade. But you know, they're pretty lightweight. You can fill it yourself. I mean.
Oh wow, I wouldn't think it's as light as it is.
Yeah, then you have actual replacement blades right here for the saw. So if you break one, they just pop right off, and you can replace them.
That's really lightweight.
So I want to try that out. I usually don't carry a saw, but I figured why not? I got it. Give it a try. And then for, you know, a lot of misconception when it comes to big game hunting is you need a big, huge, you know, Bowie knife, right? I mean, in reality, you know, you could take down an elk, you know, with just a simple, you know, folding knife like this. One of the things I got this year that I wanted to try out was this knife. I think it's called Taito knives. You have to correct me on that. But these take the actual...
the scalpel blades
kind of thing? The scalpel blades right here. Take the scalpel blade and it clips right on. And you're able to process a whole animal with one of these.
With one.
And it's really nice to have. I like this a lot better than the folding ones, because whenever you use a folding knife and you start processing any kind of
get all kinds of crap in there.
You get the hair, you get the meat, you get the fat all in there, and your knife is just, you know, just caked with junk. So I really like the, you know, they make them, Havalon has a knife that takes these, but I like this full, you know, little setup here, and feel the weight on that as well.
Oh yeah.
And then of course, you know, rubber gloves, flagging tape.
What do you use the flagging tape for?
So I use the flagging tape if, let's say you're hunting, you hit an animal, and as you're looking for that, you know, so you're following a blood trail, just to put the flagging tape up so you're tracking, you know, kind of like a bread crumb. Yeah. Which you're using that. And then, seeing, I'm cursed, I'm allergic to elk and deer hair, so I have to use rubber gloves, believe it or not.
That sucks.
And then of course you got, you know, just some little rope here in Rastafarian color, so of course. And then just some game bags. This is something though too I carry with me. This is a little tip I learned, because with these scalpel blades I've seen so many people hurt themselves. So
awesome.
I actually got a glove for the left hand.
Nice.
So just in case, I've seen so many guys cut their hands with that, and when you're hiked up, you know, when you're hiking up here, last thing you want to do is cut something.
Yeah, and you're tired, you might be getting sloppy, it could be dark.
Getting dark on you. And then of course, and then also some wipes. And then some alcohol wipes as well. So that's all in this little bag here. I have to admit, you know, I got a good wife, because if any wife goes and she sees this bag with scalpel blades, rope, rubber gloves, and bags, you know, scream serial killer.
She might wonder what you're doing on the weekends.
Exactly. And then from there, I use this for my lunch. So this is the Kafaru mesh bag here.
Yeah, I like the idea because of the lightweight bags.
And you can see what's in there too. So in here, this is where I just basically keep foods, where if I ever want to, I could just keep them in here for over time. You know, just some almond butter, some fruit leather. You know, I also got, you know, just some Mountain Ops Ignite, just several, you know, supplements, and as well as the tuna creation. I mean, foods like this, especially Spam. Now, Spam is the prime rib of the backcountry. Just cook it over a fire. I promise you, whatever you thought about
it was
Spam,
really good, actually.
Yes, cook it over a fire. So foods like this is nice because I could just throw them in my kit, leave them there, and just, you know,
grab and go kind of thing.
Just grab and go and hunt. I mean, you know, as far as some mixed nuts, these are also great too. Right here, these are those Pro Bar bolts, little, you know, energy shots. Really great for when you're hiking and you just kind of just depleted and you're over it basically.
Yeah.
Gives you that little boost. So great, you know, and a lot of calories. Like you and I were talking, you like Top Ramen, but to me they're empty calories, and that's why I was like, oh man, it tastes good and all, but you got to have calories over here. And then over here, because you inspired me, Crockett, you know, I want to start my own little.
There you go.
Boom, here we go, man. My GoPro, this is my little, you know, video stuff, you know, my little microphone hooks up to the GoPro. So this is kind of like my little fun. You know, one of the things too, especially if you have kids, take a camera with you. I mean, GoPros are so cheap, easy with your phone. you know, one piece of advice I'll give anyone is, if you're in the outdoors and you're with your kids, you can never have enough video or pictures.
No.
Because it's something to go back and look at. As we're looking at family pictures and that, you know, decorating our house, my wife's telling me, you have a lot of amazing photos of you and your son up there in the hills. And so just constantly, that's one thing, if you know, if I could preach to anyone, take photos, videos. I mean, you don't have to post them anywhere, just hold on to them and just go back and watching them. It's such a great thing. And
it's interesting, the things you'll forget.
Yes.
And then you're watching and then remember.
And then another thing here I carry, so this is pretty cool, I haven't showed you this. This is an electric hand warmer and phone charger.
Hand warmer and phone charger.
Yes, hand warmer and phone charger. You go and you turn it on here. I bought this off of Amazon, because I had the Zippo hand warmer with the, you know, it took the fuel, but I felt it never really worked. But this one right here, you'd be surprised at how hot it gets. And I mean, it's pretty great. I'm not sure
how much energy does it burn to get warm? Does it burn a lot?
Not very much. You'd be real surprised. I mean, you turn it on, you stick it in your pocket and let it sit for a bit.
Yeah. And
before you know it, it's great. So that's another little hand warmer. Because you use the little bags. I've tried the bags, I've tried everything. Yeah. And this has been the best setup for me. And also charges my phone. And then just as far as from everything else, always got a pair of, you know, extra gloves. You know, there's some wool gloves there. I always bring 2 pair of gloves with me. You know, you got your beanies. Always have a beanie, and then a net gaiter. Net gaiters are the greatest thing. I converted you to these now.
So I was gonna say, I've been preaching net gaiters on my channel. This is the guy that introduced me to them. I love them.
They're amazing. I mean, from just protecting your, you know, your neck, pulling them up over your ears. A lot of the stuff I have, I don't like having a lot of hoods on my clothes, because when I'm hiking and it starts snowing and that, I forget I have the hood, and the hood gets filled with snow and you go like this. And yep. So for my ears and everything, I like net gaiters and beanies.
Yeah, I don't like face paint.
No.
I'm not interested in it.
Yep.
And that's one thing I like about the net gaiters, is you can pull that up and do your ninja thing and effectively have the same function.
Well, I've always wanted to be Cobra Ninja. I mean, I like Cobra Ninja.
Cobra Ninja. I wonder how many people are going to get that. That's awesome.
Yeah, another thing. Who was better, Cobra Ninja or Snake Eyes?
Snake Eyes.
Oh, no, Cobra Ninja.
No, dude, I got to go Snake Eyes.
Okay, Snake Eyes was good. All right, I'll agree there, but we'll see. We'll ask the people, and if you don't know what that is, you're too young. Sorry. And then also, next, this is my everyday carry. It's a Ruger 357. Right here, I got the laser grip on it. I got the sight on there, the other sight on there. I really like
high vis sight.
So I really like the, you know, carrying a revolver for out here. You know, just for any reason. You know, it's always good to have a, you know, a pistol on you. And that's pretty much, you know, my setup. You know, far from binoculars, I pack everything. What I have is a Kafaru frame with the. So I got a Kafaru frame with just their basic bag in there, lid, and you know, I really like, you know, this is probably one of my favorite. You know, I'm a backpack junkie, so it's probably one of the better packs I found. I mean, they're made in the USA, so I'm a real fan of their packs. Great products. So I packed that all around, and that's pretty much my setup for a day hunt. I mean, sometimes it is overkill, but I like to be comfortable. I'd rather have a lot of gear, be comfortable, than, you know, be miserable up here. And you know, if you're unhappy and you're cold, you're hungry, you're gonna want to leave and go home. Yep. And then when you go home, after you eat, you get warmed up, you're thinking, dang, I wish I was on the mountain. So that's my setup pretty much right here.
Nice. I'd show you guys mine, but you know what? I have a lot in the past, and it really hasn't changed all that much. So it feels very repetitive. So it's kind of fun to see what someone else takes up here.
Well, there's one overkill item I did bring. Oh. Yeah. Okay. I know this is out there, but I do try to go lightweight. However, you know, my man Crockett here introduced, watching his page for years, the SE knives. And for me, I'm a knife guy. I don't need another knife, but I saw this and I had to have it, and I did bring it. Here it is right here. The SE CL1 cleaver. I got this last week and I brought it up for our elk hunt. And why? Because why not? Why not? It's heavy duty. You were doing some chopping on it. Yeah. And Yeah, it's a...
The edge on that is typical Essie, man. It is razor sharp.
Thing is amazing. I can't wait to put it to use. It's the coolest thing ever. Again, this one, remember I even sent you a text. I said, I don't need this, but I want it. And it's actually, I'm going to use it from outdoors all the way up to my kitchen. So yep, I got this. So hopefully this late season cow elk hunt will get something down and I can use it. I mean, don't need to, but I want to.
It's fun.
So there we go. That's the whole little setup here for me.
All right, guys, thanks for watching.
Thank you.
We'll see you.